Welcome back to the Made Network.
We back?
We're
We
back.
are.
What
Uh,
episode is this, yo?
we thinking 10.
Is it 10?
Heavily want to think.
We're not sure. You
Heavily want to
guys,
think.
you guys, let us know in the comments.
Shit.
Where we at
10.
with it?
The thing, we just came from 1 to 10?
To 10.
Ain't counting.
And counting, for sure. Somebody said 100.
Oh.
And we going.
And we going. Going up. For sure. It's
We're
on
gonna
up.
have everybody introduce themselves, and we're gonna start with.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Hi, everybody. I'm Janice.
Hey,
Hey,
Janice.
Hey,
What's up, everybody? This is Shannon.
What
what's
up?
up, Shannon?
Everybody, I'm Steve.
Hold on. Where y'all find Steve at?
Hey, Janice was like, let me go get my cousin.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
That's
yes.
right. Family connected.
Yes. Let's start that. So, how it happened? How we get you here?
How did I get here? So, started off, I got kicked out of Overbrook.
Hey,
I
you
missed-
got kicked out?
Yeah, because I was sick. So, I'm going to get into it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
So, when I was at Overbrook, I had gluten allergies. I had formed it late. So, everything I was eating was making me sick.
Mm.
So, I was in a scholars program in Overbrook. It was like maybe, I'm going to say 60 kids.
Mm.
So as I was sick, I had too much time off, and they felt like since I wasn't there, they could use my seat for somebody else. So what happened over Brook was like, we're going to say, send you to your neighborhood school, which was Bartram. So I was supposed to go to main building. Main building was it was full. So I ended up going to motivation.
Get out
But
of
which was
here.
another scholar program that he did come
Yeah.
from what?
So when I got to motivation, I already had classes that you guys had already. So if you ever notice, I was sitting with the 12th graders in some of the classes in 11th grade. And then in senior year, I was done at 12 o'clock. But they made me sit in the office so nobody would know that I was done and I could leave early. They didn't want that because the other kids would want to
Yeah,
leave
because you
early.
wanted that work schedule as
Yes.
the older kids had previous
That's
classes
correct.
had that work schedule. They got out at 12 and
Yep.
we didn't get that.
Yep. So they made me answer phones, and I'm sitting there like, I don't work for the school district.
Right.
Like, you don't want me to
Work
go.
study.
I let me
Even
leave.
they kept that on the
Yeah, they kept that on the hush.
Is that legal?
Real hush.
That's
Like I was sitting in
crazy.
there, they was like, you could answer phones and see people come into the office system. I was like, okay. Then they got bored after a while. Then in 12th grade, I got sick again. It was like, how can you tell a kid eating pizza, chips, everything with gluten in it, and you feeling sick? And you don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
back in the day, that wasn't top
nope,
priority.
not top priority.
Yeah.
So as I was feeling sick, I missed some of 12th grade too. Only thing that saved me was the senior project.
Shout out to you, Miss
Yeah,
Merle.
that's right.
We like
Senior
you, Merle.
project would save me. And I graduated. And then it's like, again, they didn't figure out what was wrong with me until later on in years. And it was
Early
like,
2000s,
hey,
probably maybe.
that's correct. And if you look at food now, everything is gluten free.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, for
just
sure.
was
For
so
sure.
much.
That's
For
correct.
sure.
But I was
Yeah.
suffering with the allergies. And I never talked about it with nobody because I didn't even know what was going
What was
on.
going on?
Like oodles and noodles, can't eat that stuff.
Dang.
Yep. And that's like, how can you tell a young kid that's all
That they
you knew?
can't do
Right.
Everybody had that stuff in
Right.
the
Right.
house.
Wow.
And that was making me sick. Everything I was eating was making me sick.
Wow.
So they thought it was a mental problem. So they,
Really?
doctors couldn't figure it out. So they made me go see a psychiatrist.
They saying they making it up.
Yep.
So wait a minute.
And it wasn't that. I was really sick. They just didn't know. Children's Hospital, I spent weeks in there doing tests, not eating nothing, having colonoscopies, endoscopies, trying to figure out what's wrong with my stomach.
Yeah, it was.
Whole time, it's the
It
food
was
you
gluten.
eating.
Yeah.
So you ended up
Yes.
with us
That's correct.
because you were sick.
was sick. Yep.
Not like Iris on her in 11th
No.
grade.
Right. You know, should I
Like I
just
said, I knew
11th
Iris
grade.
because me and Iris used to catch the bus together
Mhm.
because she went to the Catholic school around the corner from Overbrook. And we used to catch the bus. We never even said nothing to each other. She
Wow.
lived on 62nd and Christian. I lived on 60th and Christian. And then I met Iris when we got to motivation. And I asked her, I was like, you used to go to that Catholic school around the corner from Overbrook? She was like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
I think we were Mr. Eddie class when I asked her that.
Mr.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But other than that, like I said, when I came to motivation, see, like I was in all black elementary school, all black middle school. I went to all black Overbrooks, which is high school. Then when I came to motivation, it was like multicultural. So it was different. So I was in a culture shock. Like okay, now I'm around
Everything.
different ethnics, and it's like okay, like
So
it's different.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny because there were quite a few people who came to us in 11th grade. As you guys would say.
11th grade.
I mean, it was Iris, there was Aisha, there was you.
Yep.
I think there was Van. Van, I think, came to us in 11th grade. And that's just, we always try to figure out how y'all ended up there. 'Cause
Yep.
some of us started from the rip. So that's just crazy to hear that.
Like I said, all of us have a story.
A story to
Yeah, like you
tell.
said.
Yes.
23 years later, now y'all understand.
Now we know
Yeah.
what it is.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never knew. Yeah.
You didn't know?
No.
As his cousin, you didn't know?
Because nobody
No.
knows.
We were told
We didn't
that
even
it
know.
was something. It was social anxiety.
Yes.
That's what we were told.
They shot
Yep.
right all.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Then they tried to
and
say.
that's what we thought it was because that was the explanation. Nobody said, gluten allergy.
That wasn't even a thing.
Nope, not back in the day. Nope.
Wow.
And they thought, like I said, anxiety is high. You're around people you don't know. Because, like I said, I came in, y'all already was there. I'm a new kid on the block.
Yes.
So, you know,
Ooh.
like I said,
I wanna
everybody
get
had
into
their
that.
friends already. So it was like you coming in, it's like, who do you fit in with?
That
It was like-
part.
That's what happens.
All right.
As a group, we bring people in.
Yeah, 100%.
I
Like I said,
We sort you out.
Corey.
We sort you out, and then we shove you in different places.
No,
I feel like we.
Oh, you
no,
want
like I said,
you want
Don't
to
really
try?
have to. No.
yeah,
No, Shannon,
No, I
what
don't
tier
think
was
so.
you in?
Oh man.
Tell us how you ended up. Well, you started with us though.
Yeah, I think like our whole crew was me, Corey, Melissa, and Zenobia.
Yeah, and
And then we start bringing people in.
Vetting people out. Bringing people in and vetting people out.
I got a question. What school did you come from? What neighborhood?
No. So
What
yeah, so I'm
school?
so funny. So funny he say that. So I came from private school. I went to Malvern Prep for middle school. And when I got there, Corey's was like, yo, why you sound so white?
That's
Corey.
like something.
every episode.
He's like, why do you talk like that? I'm like, talk like what? He's like that. He's like, what school did you come from? I was like, I went to Malvern Prep. He's like, oh, that's why.
yeah,
That's that.
exactly.
So you came from Malvern Prep
Yeah.
in 9th or 10th
Well,
grade?
no,
You came to us when?
I came in 9th grade. So the private school I was going to, my brother had just graduated. And he was driving. And the next year I still wouldn't have had a license. So it would have been me getting up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and not getting home until like 8 o'clock in the evening.
That's a long day.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't have a life. So I'm like, Mom, I don't want to do this anymore. So, my uncle at the time, he was, remember, they had like cluster leaders.
Okay.
There was a principal, then there was like a cluster leader of different. So my uncle was actually the cluster leader of like the Bartram area schools. So that's how I ended up coming into Bartram.
Okay.
And because I was coming from a private school, that's how I got into Moat.
Wow.
Yep.
And one of our star athletes.
I don't know how they pushed me over there. I had good teachers in the level.
Yeah.
They loved me.
It seemed like it was a decent amount of people who started off at like a private school and then transferred or matriculated to Moat. For
We
sure.
did,
We had
yes.
some good
Yeah.
caliber people there.
We
Yeah.
did.
Nah,
We did. We
That was some
did.
outstanding people.
Yeah, you gotta fix the jacket.
And so Janice. So we know how Steve got there.
Yes.
Shannon, we know how you got there. Janice, how'd you get there?
Ooh, I don't even know what to say now. No, I got there because my brother actually went to motivation before me. And he's 6 years older than me. So I think like once you have a sibling that went there, it's easier to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my dad got me in.
So now we know how we all ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy. So what's been going on for everybody, like from then until now, that you want to share?
I was at Toyota for 17 years. I was a mechanic for Toyota in Ardmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then
How was that?
it was pretty good. Like I said before, it's changed. It's like the world, the outside world is different. Like I said before, you get to see who people are. So I ended up deciding to leave. Now I'm a consultant for like shops and doing all types of stuff.
Consulting is
Yes.
a way better job.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
You don't get dirty
Yeah.
no more.
Absolutely. Right.
Clean.
There we go.
Right.
There we go.
Made for counting money.
Yeah, there you go.
I
There you
like
go.
that.
There
I
you
like
go.
that.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
it right
I like
there.
that. I like that.
That's it right there.
Miss Janice.
So currently I am an educator. I own daycares.
Oh.
So that's my business.
With an S.
Yeah.
Okay.
heard that?
Say it again. Say it again.
Did you catch that? With the S.
You can repeat it again.
Entrepreneur.
You top tier. All the way up. Come on now.
So yeah, I do love what I do. I own daycares. I give back. That's the biggest part of what I do. And like I'm a life learner, so I use like education as the biggest part of me. Like throughout my life, throughout what I give back,
Taking all
giving.
the notes you used to
That part right
Listen,
there.
I also do. I'm an investor, so I do real estate, and I do consulting for daycare owners. I help people start their daycares.
She said she got all the jobs.
Multifaceted.
She said I have all the jobs.
Like what?
Yeah.
What
don't I do?
Right,
That's an easier question
That's
to
what you
answer.
ask.
I'm a Jamaican. That's
Y'all,
I know y'all remember that.
come on now.
Jamaican with 15 jobs. Shannon, tell us, what are you doing today?
Good. Well, I'm in Atlanta, so shout out to Atlanta.
Yes, I love
Yep.
the
So I
A.
work in corporate learning and development. So I do sales and leadership development training. Prior to that, I spent 11 years in higher education doing student development and engagement. And the work-life balance was like slim to none. So I'm like, I need something where I have more of a life. So been in corporate learning development for about 7-8 years now, which is dope. Then also have my own nonprofit. 501c3 recognized by the government. So
Come on now. Put some respect on
doing
it.
big things in Atlanta. So it's dope. My nonprofit started from a passion project. It started around collecting shoes. So in 2020, I'm a runner, and we always have shoes just sitting around. So I'm like, I want to get rid of these shoes, but I don't want to just throw them away. So I went on Canva, made a flyer, posted out there, and I figured I'm like, if I get like 50 pair of shoes from my friends in the running community. When it's said and done, I collected that first year 180 shoes and raised $600. So I was never planning to collect no money.
Yeah.
But people just sitting there like, yo, you collect money? I'm like, I wasn't planning. They was like, yo, you should create like a group GoFundMe. I'm like, all right, cool. So I did that. So I ended up connecting with an outreach center in Atlanta called Safe House. And on Christmas Eve, I actually went and I passed out shoes and helped feed the homeless. And then the money that I raised, I went out and purchased like hats, gloves, socks, and hygiene items that I put together kits, and I wrapped them all in like gift paper. And on Christmas morning, I drove around the city passing it out to all the homeless. Yeah. So I did that. Yeah, so that was dope. So then how it grew, so the following year somebody came up to me sitting there like, hey, I've been saving some shoes for you. I'm like, for what? They're like,
next year.
they're like, your shoe drop. I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's a thing. Yeah. So every year I continue with the same thing, collecting shoes, going to the shelter, passing them out. Christmas morning to this year, I still drive around and pass out. And since 2020, I've collected over 2,600 pairs of shoes. I've put together hundreds of hygiene kits, collecting clothing. And what's dope about my organization is a lot of times people donate to different things and they don't know where it's going. Everything that comes through the Soul Project stays in Atlanta and the surrounding community. So I'm actually helping my own community, not just collecting stuff to send to other countries or other places. So it's a blessing to be able to bless others through my passion of running and community.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
For sure.
Definitely.
Y'all so prestigious.
No, it's like, oh, we're my
Jesus.
boss.
Like it.
Right. I didn't come prepared today. Right? Oh my God. No.
That part. Diamond.
No. Like what?
Really?
You, like for real, I feel like, oh, I ain't come prepared today. Oh my God, like seriously, like you can tell me the bosses are in the building.
And did you hear that everybody's a consultant? Now I know sometimes y'all are like, how do we put the groups together? I did not know all three of y'all were gonna say. Every single one of y'all said consultant.
Yeah.
In sales.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. that's called divine alignment.
I was about get out my head. Get out my head. I was going to say that.
Divine alignment.
But you know what I wonder, because you're a creative too, and so is you. So I wonder, like, when you think about Moat, right? Are there any memories that come up for you that you think like led you to where you are today when it comes to like that passion being activated, or Moat creating a space for you to be creative and you to understand I could use this creativity?
So, it's funny you asked that, because around the first episode from 1 to 10, right? I remember asking that question because we really didn't focus on the arts. And then Corey had to remind me, like, what you mean? It was art all around us. Yeah. But we didn't have art classes and what I would consider, art. Everything's art. Drama was art, I guess. But we didn't have those paint, draw, music composition type classes. So for me, it was like, it wasn't art. I felt like I always did art outside of school. Hence, I'm even my brother now, right? Like, we just built our stuff outside of school, and that's how we connected. But when I heard him say it, I was like, oh, maybe you were right. So I don't know. How you feel about that? You still feel the same way?
Definitely existed. I mean, all our projects had art included. Everything we did in the hallways was art.
But was it? I think we were just creative. I don't know that it was, because it was just what it was, and they kind of let us do whatever. But we created.
Yeah. So you want to know something that showed creativity?
Go ahead.
Something that showed
Go ahead.
creativity. So we used to do something called the Olympics. And they did something and they pissed us off.
Come on now.
So we created something called FDO.
Oh, come on now.
The Olympics.
Look, tell the camera what happened.
I remember it. We had got shirts and everything. So just there like, are you going to take this from us? Watch this. We're going to boycott your Olympics. And we had our shirts made. Yes. We had them spray painted.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying.
The hearts right there.
And it was just like creativeness, like sitting there. Well, we're gonna take it. We're gonna make it our own.
Yeah.
And we all got shirts done, and it was dope.
And that's what comes with being a creative, right?
Does.
Like, it's a framework that possibly pre-existed, or maybe it doesn't exist, and you're an innovative, but you're literally making it your own. Like, you're literally being your authentic self. Like, I love it.
But I feel like, not a but. I'll be trying to stop saying but, right?
It's okay.
When I think of all the classes, when I think of the ones prior to us, when I think of the ones under us, I'm not saying creatives didn't exist, but our class specifically was the most creative. Like, think about that. Like, who under us could you point out and identify and say that they're creative? I'm not
Right.
no disrespect, Leash, to your class. I'm just saying, though, think about it. Who can we? And then maybe the class above us, we might can pick out 2 people. I can name like 20 people in our class that were creative. So I don't know that Moat itself had like they sparked the.
I mean, maybe not directly, but maybe indirectly. Because if you think about the educational system, sometimes, you're doing this, expel, get them out,
I feel like.
No, so I think part of it, to get to your point, I think it was the independence that we had, that some of the other buildings that we had, which allowed us that space to think freely and to be like, you know what? Oh, we can do this. So this is what I'm going to do with this time. So rather than getting ourselves in trouble and messing over what we got, let's get creative and have some fun with it. So I would credit to just having the autonomy to move freely. Where not that main building could move freely, but we could really move freely, and it was okay.
That courage.
You got to look at the laid back of the teachers too. You got to give credit to the teachers.
Because you got some teachers who be like, oh no, like we're not. They would have made a big deal out of it.
Put some walls up around us. But we were so clever. We wanted to figure out how to get it done. Regardless.
But I also think like y'all had some solid teachers. Like I haven't met a class that really could talk highly of the level of support that y'all got from y'all teachers. Like that's what I really appreciate about the culture of the school and how y'all was able to navigate through it. For sure. Because everybody that sit on these couches and these chairs, fire. like fire. It's like, oh, you do this, oh, you do that. Like what? Like I can't wait to the reunion.
That part.
Can't wait.
Anyway.
White will be booked. I'll be here.
I love it. Okay, so we're talking about culture. We're talking about being creative, all the things. As you were talking, I was thinking connection. I was thinking it was also the fact that like our class, I don't know, I know y'all like to break us up into tiers, but we're a unit. We kind of like stick together. This here is because I don't know.
I mean, we coming through for each other right now.
Yeah, we coming through for each other. Yes, yes, we are. With that being said, high school, that was not always a time where everybody felt like maybe everybody came through for each other. Was there ever a time specifically in your memory in high school, any of our guests, where you felt like I don't feel the most supported from my classmates and or teachers?
I can say, and I'm not going. I can say that I wasn't supported, but it wasn't on purpose. So
Okay.
I had an experience in school, throughout school, from elementary school all the way to high school, where my reading level was poor, and I felt like something was wrong with me. Like I used to think I was dyslexic or something. Like something was there that.
Now that's funny because I just remember you being smart.
I know, honestly. Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was smart, and
Okay,
I got.
Let's get it right.
I got out on honor roll most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I could read to myself and comprehend, and I could get my work done. And I, like you said, I took notes and notes and notes. I like taking notes. And there was a reason why I like taking notes, because I wanted to learn so badly to read fluently, like on my grade level. And when I would read out loud, I would raise my hand to read out loud. I would volunteer to read out loud, knowing that I was going to mess up. And
that's bold.
It really is. Because you know what I used to do? I'm in class.
I like that though. She tests herself all the
And
time.
popcorn, I used to like hurry up and read my part first.
Yeah.
And then I used to read. I'm like, when are they gonna pick on me? Let me have it read my. Yeah, I'm gonna read. Let me read my part first. And so that way, when you are bold. You are bold.
It was times that I would read out loud, and it would sound like elementary level, and I didn't know what the problem was, and I tried like everything to like figure it out. I just thought that I was something wrong with me. Like I said, I thought I didn't know what it was. I was the top of my math class. I was the top of every math class that I took. So I just was like, okay, I just can't read, but I'm smart in math.
So let's stay there for a minute. Because that's bold.
Yes, it's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, that's,
sure.
That's
in
bold.
high school, not being able to read and being 17, 18, that's...
Yeah, because you're talking about 5th grade reading level.
Lower than that.
So at what point... Well, two things. Because that's mind-blowing to me. Mm-hmm. But at what point did you... What happened? Because, I mean, can you read now?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Of course.
How can she not be able to read but still have A's in mostly all her classes?
That's what I'm finding.
I've never seen this.
I could read, but I couldn't read out loud.
You wasn't comfortable with reading out loud, or just didn't?
No, I know why now. But the reasoning is me as well. Everybody knows I always tell everybody I'm Jamaican, so. My first language was not English.
It's broken English.
Yeah.
Because that's how we was raised.
Right.
So like our mother and fathers came from Jamaica.
Yeah.
So they spoke Creole or Patois, whatever it's called.
It's not even
broken
Creole.
English.
It's like,
literally broken English.
Yeah, literally
so we
English the wrong way.
Real life. Like, why Jamaicans say here? Like, why is the hair on your head not with an H?
Yeah.
Why is it like
ear?
And like, why is your ear
the same
with an H?
Yep.
Ear. So you won't hear Jamaicans say, like, comb your hair.
Comb your ear.
Then my God said, comb your ear.
Yep.
Right.
Like, what the hell did you just, or.
So, I mean,
with backwards as hell.
With me learning Patois first.
Broken English.
Yeah. I learned later in life, like when I graduated college or through my research in college, because I wrote a bunch of papers in college, that I was an ELL student. I was an English language learner, and I should have had some supports in that, and then I would have, been on everybody else's level. But yeah, of course, I went to college, and I over and over would repetitively try to teach myself to read. So, like, to read out loud and read. I would read things over and over and over to make sure I got it. But
was that something? Well, obviously it wasn't. Did the teachers notice? Did your parents notice? Was it anything that anybody identified, or you just struggled with it, like internally?
I struggled with it.
Wow.
I mean, of course, they noticed, but nobody knew why. Nobody understood what the problem could be. And it's crazy because even now, I tell my brother's way older than me, and he was like, I went through that too. And he learned patois first.
So do you so do you think, like, your experience with that, do you think that is what helped you get into the education field? Like, do you think that was the fuel to it? Okay, tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, first I'll say the learning patois first is probably the worst dose of being an English language learner because it's not a language.
I would agree.
So if I was to learn Spanish first and then you teach me English, it's completely different languages and then it's easier. But I learned a language that was so close to English first. That's what made it so difficult to learn English the right way. So, back to your question.
So you learn all the bad things
before you learn the good things. And then it's hard to correct, right? Like were you born here?
Yeah, I was born here. Yeah, my siblings weren't. I'm the last
You was
one.
born here?
Yeah, I'm the last one.
I was going to say, I was going to say I understand that, right? I remember being a child. I was born here. My parents are from Antigua. Not quite Jamaican, but they might be the closest to. No, I'm not going to say that because Antigua will cuss me out. But but I do remember it was a lot of times it was my American friends that taught me how to speak American, even though I was born here in the States.
Because you listen to it.
Because you listen to it in the household. So it took the longest time for me to learn how to say the word powder. Shout out to you, Brandy. Shout out to you, sis. I would say powder, right? Or like lotion. They say things like, I don't know, cream your skin. Like, what does that mean to you? If I say, you cream your skin?
Yep.
You like, what the fuck?
Little lotion.
Put lotion on.
Right.
Something on there. Do something to
Or
that.
like, plug out the light.
Plug out the light.
Turn the light off?
Yeah, basically.
But plug it. Or
Plug it out. Go plug it out.
Yeah.
Plug it out like
like
off
plug
or
it
on. Is it off or on now?
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
I mean, you plug it out.
That's off now.
If you plug something in, you can plug it out.
Yeah, that means it's
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
Turn
plug
it
it
off.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as a kid,
Plug
like,
it out.
and we're adults now, so we can have this conversation. But as a child, talking to another child, that was the most horrible thing in the world, trying to explain to your American friends what the hell you're trying to say.
That's
like,
what Shannon was doing with me. He was trying to explain it to his American friend.
Wow. That's like, hearing y'all say this is so interesting because, like, my dad's like side, they're like from Ghana, they're Ghanaians. And so I would always feel some type of way because I don't got no accent. Like, I want to speak Twee and, all this other stuff. And because I was raised with my mom, and so to hear y'all say that sometimes you felt it was a disadvantage. It was something that I wish I had the opportunity to experience.
Yes, second language.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, for sure.
Absolutely.
And so that's crazy. Wow.
yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, my mother bought us hooked on phonics as a kid.
My grandma got me that.
So we did that whole thing, and like I said, she thought we couldn't read or write, But when we excelled, she was like, "What did I buy this thing for? That made me waste my money."
That's what's
Yeah, but
That's
she
good,
wanted
though.
us
I wish I
to
had it.
excel, and like in our culture, failure is not an option. Excuses is
Oh,
not an
no,
option.
at all.
You got to be the best you can be at all times.
Yeah, for sure.
There's second to none.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
wow.
she wanted the best for us, and like I said before,
Even
we had to
that
do
pressure,
it.
though.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
lot
even
of
think they
pressure.
realize
Yeah.
the amount of pressure
it's way pressure.
that was
yeah.
put on us. I mean, I'm sure everybody can
Yes.
probably relate, but it's a different kind of pressure coming from foreign background.
Well,
I think.
island or
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And
just
older
different.
parents.
That's correct.
You had older parents.
I had older and Caribbean, like
Yep.
older Caribbean.
God bless you.
Yes.
No, seriously, that's a different kind of
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
because they don't have any flexibility. It just is what it is.
Very
And-
conservative.
No other
pressure
way.
cuts diamonds. We're good.
I know that's
Yeah, I
And
guess
that's
you're
what
right.
we're doing now.
What are we doing here?
Sure.
That's right.
Wow.
Put the work in.
Wow. Okay.
But
ahead. No,
My
no,
kids,
what?
like my kids don't understand it. Like when I try to tell them, like y'all got to be the best. Y'all can't be playing around in school and try to like fake it till you make it. You can't do that in this age of time. You'll get swallowed up in the
Yes, you
system.
will.
Yes.
Yes, you
That's
will.
right. 'Cause you don't want, like Janice said, you don't want to be old enough and can't read or write or comprehend. Like I said before, once people hear you talk, they judge you.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes they judging you before they can.
That's
Oh, yeah,
correct.
for sure.
Yeah.
And you lose opportunities like that, especially when you go like on job interviews.
Yes.
And they were like, "Oh, instead of making $25 an hour, let's give him 12."
Right. That's true.
So let's
true.
talk about that. Let's talk about that because I think that oftentimes, when we tell kids or young generations or even like other individuals to be the best, right? What does that necessarily mean? What does that actually look like?
Well, from when I was growing up, give it 100%. It's okay if you fail in life. It's good. Sometimes you have to start over, but at least you gave it your 100%. You tried. It didn't work out. It's not a failure. It's a lesson learned.
Yes.
And then also when you think of that and talking to youth, something I use when I talk to youth is sometimes I know you're not always going to have 100%. Let's say you have 80% today. So give me 100% of that 80.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
And if you give me 100% of that 80, you're giving me your all. And that's all I'm asking for is your all. And if you tell me 80% is what you got, cool. Give me 100% of that 80. If you're not giving me 100% of that 80, I can't accept that because I know you got more in you.
Now, does that come from the sportsmanship?
That's
Very the talent. It was definitely giving coach. It was definitely the talent.
Shout out to Coach Natalia.
Very the talent.
Yeah. But it's just like whatever you have, give it your all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful. Because I think sometimes what I'm seeing in the educational system right now is this is not enough space for students to be creative. It's not enough space for them to learn or exercise who they are and know what that look like and identify it, because it goes back to your point. Like for a person that may be insecure about like how they speak, it's like, well, how do you prepare yourself to go into an interview? Because no, they may not hire you because you said the wrong thing, but they may be able to see your gifts, or God may have somebody using somebody as a vessel, to give you that yes. But as long as you go in there and you literally do all you can do, and you walk out of there like, yeah, okay, I did my best, and that's it. Okay, cool. Like you still did what's supposed to be done, regardless how the outcome gonna be.
But I feel like social media today gives a lot of people
Let's talk
the
about
room to
it,
be.
please.
It gives them the room to be creative,
Yes.
right? Like maybe it was school for us, but for them it is online. Like, I mean, people are getting paid millions of dollars being content creators
That's correct. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
That's true.
and speaking dumb. I don't even know if I just sound dumb saying speaking dumb.
Speaking dumb.
I'm just saying, like like they're getting paid millions and billions to just be themselves.
Be themselves.
Right?
You feel me?
So we come from a culture of adults, parents, teachers, all of the above, that told us we had to be a certain kind of way, told us that we had to dress a certain kind of way. You go to an interview, you must wear this. When you do this, you must do this. Your resume should look like, what does a resume today even look like? Do they have them?
They gonna put up on their phone. They gonna put up on their phone, and they gonna say
AI.
Yeah, right. You know, like
oh yeah, ask
it's really an AI. Like you can literally do that, like with the resume now through AI things like Chat CBT or something like that. Yeah, like you
create
can
a resume for the work I do, and be like, okay. And create a whole job description. And
how do we feel about that, y'all?
I feel like I have been cheated. Yes. I did all this hard work and all I had
all those papers.
Yeah.
It's the technology.
Yeah, it's not fair.
But I believe there's also a technology to be able to detect papers.
Oh yeah,
but I feel like we're also smarter.
Yeah.
Well,
we're smarter for that reason. Yeah. Like we had to put the work in.
So I think I do think that we are like the best of we are the best, but we have the best of both worlds, right? We are on the cusp of like we know what it was like to go into the library and
we know the history.
And read. We know history and all the things. We know how to pick up a book. If the world if internet should shut down today, we would survive. Our kids wouldn't. We would.
Do you ever remember encyclopedias?
I just said encyclopedias. I have all
you had to go to grandma's house to go sit there.
We weren't allowed to use calculators.
They got their phone.
Why did they
do crazy? I know that's torture.
I got one for you. Remember when the internet, you had to get a disc and put it in your computer?
You couldn't even use the phone. You couldn't even use your phone while you was on the internet.
Yeah, the dial-up.
So annoying. Like and then like you couldn't even be on the phone or the computer at the same daggone time. But then when they what they started letting us do 3-way calling,
yeah,
and then we could do
party line and all of that. Oh wow!
It's called the party line from school.
It was scary though. I never wanted to get in the party line because I didn't want to get in trouble.
We called the party line from school.
I did.
On the payphone.
Payphone and in the main and in the office that the phone right there by the door. The office phone that used to be right there.
It was a secret way to make calls on the payphone for free.
Oh yeah, they chat.
It was like a little code or something.
Code. What? The shit y'all was doing.
No, I remember the party lines. I was at least listening.
I used to be so scary. I was like, no, I don't want to listen. I don't want to know what I'm going to be scared. Yeah, I thought I was going to trouble.
Lines. Oh man, that was like social media before social media.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I do have a question though. Since we're talking about high school and anything, are there any regrets? Well, more so answer it like this, each of you. Give me 3 things that you wish you did in high school and 3 things you wish you didn't do in high school. I'm going to start with you.
Let me think. 3 things I wish I did.
Yeah.
I have one. I wish that I finished my senior project on time.
Okay.
Because Mr. Doyle, at the end of the year where they give the plaques, like the awards for the teacher gets to pick one student and give them a trophy.
I don't remember that.
What? Move up day.
She was very about her awards.
Yeah, she was not.
We did not know she was in this much competition. I never knew that.
But I remember Move Up Day because Move Up Day was always at Pepper.
Yeah, I don't know if you wasn't. I don't know if you wasn't.
You're right. I was in competition with myself.
Yeah, it was a heavy one going on though. Like, I didn't know she was out here striving to be the best on the time. We see, absolutely.
I don't compete with other people. I definitely compete.
Well, that's the way that's why you have daycares.
Yeah, that's why it's an S on all.
S on everything. Consultant.
Yeah, you know,
and above. Yeah. So tell us about these trophies.
Oh, so every teacher got to pick a student that they gave a trophy. You guys don't.
Who got the trophy?
I got Mr. Doyle. But because I didn't finish my senior project on time.
Oh, you didn't get Miss Rose?
No, he didn't get to present it to me. At the ceremony, Miss Kavanaugh said I wasn't allowed to go until I finished my senior project. So the day of the ceremony, which I wasn't allowed to go to, I was presenting my senior project.
You know, Miss Cav had us for senior year, so we had to present our projects to Miss Cav. She gave me a B on mine, actually. I did it on like behavior issues because I used to give her a run for her money.
Oh my, that's some smart.
Yeah, Corey, we know.
Like,
we always trying to understand ourselves.
Right.
I'm
So I wrote that paper. I had to do some research. See what I was.
See
Oh
what's
my
going
God.
on.
Yeah, so,
Wow.
Okay, so you had one. All right, that was one thing
That
you
was one
wish
big
you
one.
did do.
Yeah.
What was something you wish you didn't do?
One thing I wish I didn't do.
Should I circle back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
Oh, you gonna come back.
You gonna come back. You gonna come back. You gonna come back.
I'm everybody gonna answer. Shannon.
Let me see. One thing I wish I did do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, cause I had a damn good time.
That's
I
good.
had a damn
I'm
good
so
time.
happy to hear that.
No,
So many
for
people
real.
were like,
Like,
my high school
I
experience
had
was not.
a damn good time from the day one with Corey questioning why I talk the way I do, to me and Corey becoming like real close.
it was cool,
But
definitely
yeah,
was.
but something, and this is like on a serious tip, something I wish I did not do. And at the time, and it's no excuse, it was just being a kid. There was a situation that happened, and I laughed. And as a result of me laughing, I got roped into a group that were removed from motivation. So I was kicked out of motivation second half of junior year. Once they did the investigation, they realized like, oh, Shannon really didn't have nothing to do with it. But my involvement, in a sense, was laughing. Although everyone else was laughing, I should have known like,
Dang.
maybe
You got kicked out for
For
laughing.
laughing,
I got kicked out for laughing at a situation that looking at now, like, damn, that was serious. But as high schoolers, we just there like, well, everybody laughing. It's
Yeah,
funny.
it was funny.
Yeah.
So that's something, if I look back on, I'm like, I wish I would have, as my mom said, you should have took your tail in the classroom and sat in your chair. Why
Mind your business.
Why
Don't
you
be
even
laughing.
Yeah. So I had that whole
Yeah.
speech of, I don't care if you ain't do nothing. The fact that you were laughing, so you did do something.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
me, thinking back, it's just like,
Was she mad that you got kicked out?
was she?
for laughing.
His
Because you know,
uncle
first of
is-
all,
My
all
uncle,
hard, the hard work she got to do to get you into another school,
Like, what,
and you
man?
came from
his
private.
uncle.
Shit.
Oh yeah,
Embarrassing the family.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
Shame on the family.
that was a big thing. So yeah, so that's something I wish
That you did.
I didn't do.
So are you
You were-
mindful
what,
now?
Corey?
Like, are you
wonder how it
mindful
is.
when
I
you're
don't
in
even know.
certain situations? Like now, since that incident, like, are you mindful? Like, oh wait, this is not a laughing matter.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
this is a,
yeah. So for me, in my profession, working in higher education with college students and inclusion, diversity, it's just natural where certain things. All right, let me think about that for a moment. But yeah, and because I know I like to laugh a
Yeah.
lot, like I always.
yeah.
I joined the fraternity, right? I got in trouble in my fraternity for always laughing. Got in trouble in school for always laughing. Got in trouble with Coach Natali for always laughing,
Yeah.
right?
I
I'm just like,
Yo, he's like, shit, what's so funny? Like, he be running back to the other lab. He be like, get you got. He's like, what?
yeah, so for me, seeing that what happened, it made me realize like, keep it in, keep it inside. So yeah, so that's something I wish I do, but I loved motivation, loved the connections I made in motivation, and I'm thankful for motivation.
Yeah.
For me, I just wish I would have took like Spanish serious. Yeah, because now like what I do, I'm around a bunch of Spanish people, and I don't understand the language, and then they be talking about you, and you wish you could understand what they saying.
Yeah.
And
Did you have Mr. Curling?
I think so. I think I did because I
You
had
gotta get
Spanish
Mr. Curling
3.
on here.
Invite
They
her.
had a Spanish 3 there, but it was only like I'm gonna say like 5 of us in that class.
Yeah.
It was a small class for Spanish 3.
Spanish 3. That means you
Yep.
actually knew how to speak a little bit of
Yeah,
Spanish.
because that's same thing. Coming from Overbrook, I already had Spanish 1 and 2.
So
So now
So
come
you was
in, they
ahead.
they
like,
said,
yeah.
yeah, just
You were
put it in.
And I wish I would have took that more serious and learned the foreign language. But
What's one thing you wish you oh yeah, that was what you didn't do? That's what you wish you
wish
did
I
do.
would have.
Yeah.
How about what you didn't do?
What I didn't do?
Something
That's a
you
good
wish you
question.
didn't
How about
do.
you come back to me?
All right, come back to you. No problem. Corey.
I wish I would have started my clothes earlier.
Man.
That would have been way
did? I mean,
better.
how much
No, I
earlier?
could have way gotten there. I could have did like a lot more. Cause I had y'all. We could have like been branding
Like,
it. by
okay,
then.
Corey
Like,
had
we
the
coulda-
school on lock.
Like we would have had
He
it.
did.
Corey had the school on lock.
Kind of did.
Corey, you was that dude.
Yeah. You was hip
Bro.
for real.
Come
As
on
they would
now.
say. He like,
Corey, you was that
hip for
dude.
real.
And you that dude just suddenly being you. And I think that's why you like everybody
Yo, you see him.
connected with you because you was that dude.
I feel like y'all was already there. The pieces of the puzzle was there. I just came and fit in with the rest of the group. Like,
Nah, bro.
But you did have something special about you, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I
real talk.
appreciate
Like it was
I
something special about you.
appreciate
Like me, I even
I was from
appreciate
West Philly. That was special.
And don't that's what's up.
West
No,
Philly.
I don't know if that
gosh.
was it. I think you just have this. I mean, you're always authentically you.
Yeah.
You have this. I mean, that's one of the things I love about you. You're gonna say whatever you want to say, move however you want
That's
to move.
kind of by accident. It really be more question than I'm kind of inquisitive, so I kind of want to know. That's really more.
You be asking questions.
It's more because I feel like I bother everybody because y'all always different, right? So y'all all had things that I liked about y'all. So it's like, how come you're like this? Where did you come from? I want to know, like, where's the foundation from? Where's this? Where's that? Like, it's certain, like he said, the car thing is going to always stick out to me because I always wanted that 94 Vigor. You was like, hey, I got one. I'm going to bring it. And he was like, and he brung it. And it was like, oh, okay, you wasn't playing. That's the car. That was the car at the time.
Got you. Okay, okay.
It's
So
certain
it was
things.
The curiosity.
Yes,
that
that's
made
what it
you-
is. Yeah, I'll bother the
man.
quiet guy. I'll bother everybody. I bothered everybody.
I mean, the people said you didn't. The people said you was.
I don't know. I was in my own world then. I just be in my own world.
I think it's like one you just got to understand Corey.
I was just trying
I
to figure
do
it out.
I do think that is true.
And I think because me, you, and Corey, and like we were just like such a tight bunch. Like we just in there like we rock with.
Yeah, you just gotta-
for some people, just in there like he was too much for some people. Some people we just in there like
Yeah,
other they just in there like damn dog. But that's just Corey.
That's just who he is.
Yeah.
Facts.
What
Facts.
middle school did y'all go to?
Probably.
Middle school. I went to.
She
would
went
that
to
be
a
considered
Catholic
middle
school.
I went
Catholic?
to MBS. So I went there from first grade to 8th grade. So I guess
Okay.
that was elementary all the way up to middle and whatever. Because we never skipped. It was literally 1 through
Through
8. Yeah. So
I went to Sarah.
Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
We went to Turner.
Yeah, y'all up because y'all closer to Baltimore.
Yep.
I'm on the other down the other.
Every school together.
Oh wow.
Did y'all go to
That's
Turner with
amazing. That's
did y'all see Leonard at Turner or no?
Yeah.
Leonard,
And
Cliff.
And Cliff,
Cliff,
yeah,
yeah.
Cliff said he was there too, right? Yeah.
them niggas.
If everybody know, like, the mural in the office was me and Mr. L. Mackey.
Really?
Yeah, they had him painted a mural of me and the teacher.
the hell
in
out
the
of here. Oh, so
office.
you
Yeah.
famous?
Bro,
Right.
you got a lot of accolades. And,
Right.
you know,
Painting
Yeah,
memorial.
that mural in the principal office was me and Mr. L.
Wow.
Mackey sitting up there.
Wow.
And they changed it to a charter school, and I was supposed to go back and get that mural. But I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Well, go back and get your
Yeah,
mural.
look,
Somebody
tell
put
people
it in the
on the
trash.
camera. Tell people on the camera.
Go get
Yeah.
your mural.
Look,
He wants
social media,
his
do your
mural.
thing. It's not that one take look, but do your
Get us
thing.
the more. We need the more, okay?
Yeah, I need my mural.
hey, that's me up there. I want my mural.
Mural.
That's me.
Yeah.
I was doing big things in middle school.
Yeah.
Dope, dope.
Take people
Excuse me,
from
how
the
did you
beginning.
earn that mural in the office in middle school?
So what happened was they were taking pictures of kids, and I guess the way our posture was,
It was you guys.
yes.
It was just a good.
Yeah.
No, it was a
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It was
you
like
was there.
out of all the kids in the class, they was like, "Oh, this is the best one," and they painted it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Cool.
100%.
Wow.
So,
So a couple episodes ago, I think with Harold was on there,
Harold. Yeah.
and he said, "Where do West Philly starts?"
Oh,
58 from
Where it
Baltimore.
we all know it started on
Over the
Baltimore.
bridge.
Everybody
Over the
knows.
bridge. It's 58 from
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Everybody
That's
knows.
right.
The parking lot of the plaza
That's
is
right.
The parking lot
Southwest
of the
Philadelphia.
plaza.
Yes.
Where the
Once
checkers
you cross
was at.
that line,
Where the checkers was at,
where the
right?
checkers at, where
All right, so when you-
soon as
when you
cross
go
that
over
street,
that
as soon as
way.
you on that sidewalk,
That's correct.
So we
You
live
Southwest.
between Market and Baltimore, and nobody likes to.
technically we
It's
are West
West
Philly.
Philly.
Yeah,
On
we
this
are.
Philly.
side.
We West
if I
Philly.
get a
So,
West
all right,
Side
so when you
Weekly,
go around Cobb
then I
Street,
live in West Philly.
That's West Philly.
West
South
Side
we the
Weekly.
South
I
Philly.
get a West Side
I mean
Weekly.
Southwest. I mean,
That's
hold
what
on,
I'm
hold on.
saying. So, all right, so
Part
if
of
you go,
Cobb
so
Street,
wait,
because we have
so if
a Spruce Street.
That's right.
connected
No, I'm
all
talking
the way
about
around.
Cobb
Where
Street.
Iris, where Iris,
Is Iris
family
West Philly or
house.
Southwest?
That's West Philly.
That's West Philly.
Tell
Right?
them again.
West
She's in
Philly.
West Philly.
West Philly.
Yeah.
That's
West
Cobb
Philly.
Street to me. It's just
I don't know.
Until
It's
we
the
get
Cobb
to
Street
the
area,
It's
but
Cobb
West
Street to
Philly.
me
We
until
only
we get
send
to
the West Side Weekly
To
to
West
people
Philly.
that live in West Philly.
That's right.
And we get a West Side Weekly.
That's correct.
I'm from North, so
Baltimore,
don't know how
Avenue,
it works.
whatever.
Yeah, Baltimore
Fine, Baltimore
Avenue.
Avenue. Okay, that's where y'all
We
are.
clarified it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You had to bring that up.
I had to bring it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
because
yeah.
I want
He
y'all
was
to
sitting
know.
on it.
He
You
was
know,
like, hold
he was
on, let
like,
me get on
and then a
camera.
couple
I
other
just want
people
y'all to
like,
know I've been watching the episode.
Listen,
We
love
appreciate
it. Yes,
that. We
love
appreciate.
it.
Shout
Love
out to all of y'all that keep watching the
Keep
episodes.
watching.
We love that. We love that. We
If
love
anybody
that.
could give a message to anybody, what would it be?
Just be you. Like I said, it's ups and downs. As long as you have God in your life
Yep.
and then you make him your Lord and Savior, anything's possible.
Come on now.
That's right. You see, I
You
wear
won't
that
What he
Bible
fail.
verse
said.
on my thing.
Yeah.
You won't.
Oh, I look
fail.
at this every time before I make a decision, and it makes me understand. Like, hey, God has me, and if any decision I make, I pray first, and then wait for the outcome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Those- those-
Respectfully.
Only thing.
Isn't it a scripture where it says like I'm terrible, so I could be wrong, but it says something along the lines of like, for I know the plans that I have for you, or something, plans to prosper you, plans to. So I think like when you say that, I think about that, and then I also think about the stories that everyone shared, you know, especially like you and like the both of y'all, you know, and still like whatever y'all was going through at that time, God made it work in y'all favor.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like sometimes when we're in it, we can't really see how, you know, it's possible. But if we keep going and keep God first, I swear it'll all make sense in the end.
That's true.
I'm so happy because there's a lot of mental health going on. And then there was a young girl
Well, you
who
know,
committed.
it's mental. I think it's mental health
and
awareness.
yeah.
Month.
So have you said it? So
Let's segue.
So for me, something I can tell everyone: it's okay not being okay.
Yes.
okay.
I battle depression, and anxiety, and I want to talk to the camera.
Go
and I want
ahead.
to let you know, it's okay to not be okay. I went through it. It sucked, but you know what's going to get you through it, folks? Keep pushing through.
Yep.
Right.
There's someone there for you. Talk to someone, whether it's your mom, your dad, a counselor. There's someone there that cares.
Yeah.
There were times, you all, that I was in a room full of people and felt alone.
Yep. Yep.
I never, thought of like suicide, but there'll be times where I'll go to sleep at night and I say, Lord, if you don't wake me up in the morning, I'll be okay. That's how bad it was. I was living in Fort Lauderdale at the time. Didn't have no family down there, and it was just tough. My mom didn't know, no one knew. I was just going through it, and then people start noticing my weight. And me not smiling as much. And it's just like, yo, you good? Because that smile's not really you. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. And then one day, I said, I don't want to feel like this anymore. So for me, I said, I start putting things in place and removing the toxic things out of my space that was presenting these, negative thoughts. Left Fort Lauderdale, moved to Atlanta, and I found a running club. So I got into running in Fort Lauderdale. And for me, while in Fort Lauderdale, I was running away from my problems. Once I moved to Atlanta, I started to run through my problems. And what helped me run through my problems was having a supportive community.
Yes.
Counseling is dope, y'all. Counseling is dope. It works.
It
so
works.
connected with a counselor and just really putting things in place to get me where I want to be. So even when I think of my nonprofit, I'm telling people I'm giving back to others the way running gave to me, because running for me was like my safe space. So when it comes to mental health, depression, anxiety, it's okay. So if someone's listening to you right now, you're going through it, Book 1914 is my IG. Hit me up. I'll talk to you. I love you. Keep going. You got this.
That part,
Absolutely.
that part. And I'm so glad that you said that, because I think you guys can all attest to it, even in building this project, for those watching, right? In building this project, that's what this was about. And as we all sit here, I think we end up realizing it's kind of therapeutic, right? It feels like therapy. This is one of these spaces and platforms where we want people to be able to express themselves, maybe even bring up things that may have, altered who you have become or shaped who you have become, whether it was negative or positive. But ultimately, this is something that we're creating so that it can touch someone, right? I mean, like, we really take your motivation to another level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This made network, this platform, this podcast,
Ministry.
this ministry.
Come
right?
on now.
It's so that people, like, if there's ever anybody out there who feels like, I'm not good enough. I can't make it. I'm not dope enough. I don't have any support. I don't have any community, X, Y, and Z. We literally created this so that you can know and feel like you have community. We're all different. We all have different walks of lives. Every time we get on here, it's a different face and somebody's telling a different story. And I think each of you can attest that, like, when we have these pre-meetings, right? These pre-Zooms, I always make sure to tell you, show up as yourself. Because you never know how you're going to touch somebody else. You never know how you're going to motivate somebody else, inspire somebody else, resonate with someone else. That's why we say, don't come on here with no fluff. Like, say what you got to say. Say what you got to say.
Right.
Because it's somebody else out there, young or old, is going to relate. There's a teenager right now in high school, 17 years old, going through some of the things that we went through. Nothing's really changed. You know what I mean? The core of it has not changed. And this story is going to help that child who feels like they want to give up. Like, all right, I can keep going. There's an adult right now who may or may not, be working or they had dreams to be this and they're not that anymore and they want to give up. No, like the road is it's just a pivot. It's just a pivot. So I'm here to say, Shannon, like you just said to the class, like don't give up. Keep pushing. And if you need the support,
we got you.
We're here.
Yeah, for sure.
We got you.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think something that a lot of youth need to know and that we should be responsible for as well is letting them know that college is not for everyone.
Ooh,
and it's okay.
Can we talk about that
And it's okay.
Yeah.
There's so much out there for you.
Yes.
The thing is, young man, young woman, we just want you to do something productive.
Yeah.
So find what you're passionate about. Find
That's
what
the
you
part.
enjoy.
That's the part.
Research it.
Yes.
Find a mentor to understand once I finish high school, how can I get involved in that space? College is not for everyone, and that's okay.
That's correct.
Do what you want to do. Do what's going to make you feel happy in that piece. Because there's so many people who spend so much money on college degrees who are not using their college degree. There's so many people who are just frustrated. There's people who started who didn't finish, and now they're just stuck.
Yeah.
So I encourage you, young man, young woman, follow your heart. And moms, dads out there, encourage your kids to follow their heart.
Yeah.
Just because you went to the HBC or you went to this private school or you went to this Ivy League school, that's dope for you.
Yeah.
But let your son or daughter have their own lane.
That's a word.
A
Okay.
whole word.
This
And
is
I mean,
we
like,
need
I
this
don't
in the
even
collection
care if anybody
because a lot of messages have been passed on
I
tonight.
fought for that road a long
Shoot, for
time.
sure.
Hey, but you had support though.
My dad is a retired man from SEPTA.
Yep.
All I had to do really was just get the job at SEPTA. You know what I'm saying? So I've been fighting that all my life. Like, just the fact that I never took the corporate world. I started my own businesses and all that stuff. So it was always difficult just to acknowledge. But I had to tell him, like, look at my accolades, look what I done did. I'm pretty much cool. And he kind of, he never was on my back, but that was always a message. Hitting in there every day. Like,
But even with that, support is real, right? Like sometimes, you need that little bit of support, even if it's one person, because I feel like your mom supported you.
all day. But the
like
art
my mom
stuff, yeah.
supported
I mean,
you.
she,
They be like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Make the damn shirts in the backyard.
Absolutely. Tear up the couch. Cut hair in the kitchen.
Yeah, like what?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, doing hair in the kitchen.
Dining
hair
room,
in the kitchen.
dining room,
Yeah, that part. But finding that support is important too, right? And I mean, in order to find the support, though, talking to the camera again, just make the step. Like, just take the leap. Like, don't be afraid. If we didn't take the leap, we wouldn't be at episode what?
10.
I think.
I do run into that when conversating with a lot of people. That's the thing. Just the start. That start is so hard for so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like
Because
I'll
it's
jump
hard for me.
in.
Like,
I'll jump in so blindly. And
That's you.
I won't even study nothing. I was like, we could do this.
Yeah.
You know?
But even with that, right? I'm gonna
that.
jump back and then we going to jump into your right. That's why it's important for me to have somebody like him, right? Because he'll just jump in. I will talk myself in, then out of it before I talk myself back into it, because I'm an overthinker. So I've already been like, yeah, this can happen. And I'm like, I don't know, that might be too much. I don't know. No, I'm not going
And
to
that's
do
why
it.
I think that, and it's that part right there. It may be too much. And I think like when you're a creative and an innovative at the same time, like you tend to feel like, is this too much? Are people going to get it? You know, so I think when we talk about being our authentic selves, it's just knowing that it's okay to be different. I don't have to have decorum all the time. If like, you know, like Corey came not saying you don't have decorum, but like from how you were acting in high school, you know, some people may have looked at that as behavior issues, but really that was your superpower that really got you into entrepreneurship. You know, because you embraced that about yourself, and you didn't let people dim your light or make you feel anything other than you, Corey. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's like fire for everybody. Yeah.
I like
You like it?
y'all night.
Should I keep going?
Yeah,
Do I get the collection
I
plate?
just want to say I'm very proud of my class that I was a part of. These guys are superstars, and I'm glad I was get to run along them because these dudes are smart. These guys are smart, bro.
Listen.
Smart,
Seriously.
innovative. Y'all just dope as hell.
I'm impressed every
Fire.
day. Honestly,
Fire.
y'all doing your thing.
For
man.
sure. For
Jesus.
sure.
I don't even know where to go with this.
Bro,
No
you
more,
know
y'all.
what? I heard somebody brought some stuff from your class. Like some
Yo, I don't even know.
yeah.
I can never say the word right. Memorabilia. Listen. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Memorabilia.
Good, there we go. But wait,
First
why
of
y'all
all-
hold on, when we talk about saying words wrong, why one time I wrote, because people kept stealing my stuff out my office. So I had the Manila folders. I didn't know it was Manila. So why I wrote big as hell vanilla folders. Guys, so imagine working in corporate and people walking around like, who the hell wrote
They
vanilla
know this one.
on the goddamn folders? Child. Okay, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Now, first off, I have been asking in every damn chat, who got the shirt? Who got the shirt? Janice had the shirt the whole damn time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now, this is
That's
the
everybody.
That's our
Bartram
full-
class shirt.
That's
That's
the
the
full
full.
Bartram.
No.
Yes, that's
Yeah, no,
Bartram High
that's-
School.
This is
That's
Bartram
Bartram High.
Motivation.
No, that's everybody.
All the Bartrams.
That's all the.
That's
it's not that
everybody
many
name
names
in there. That's
y'all.
our 2001 class.
I don't think this is all the Bartram, y'all. I think this
Well,
is.
I saw
This ain't that many names. Bartram had like 8 annexes. Ain't no way.
it was only 60 of us.
I think
right?
that's us right there.
This is Bartram Motivation.
No,
No,
This is
our Bartram
everybody.
motivation shirt is gray.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Get your roll on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drawing that you made.
Did
You
I?
talking
I was
about yes,
about to
nigga.
Oh,
Sorry.
Be yourself.
Yes.
Get one. Oh man.
You made that shirt. It said
Get one for the reunion. We like
roll
new
out,
shirts.
roll out, right?
Okay.
It said roll out, and you had the truck on it, the
2001
Escalade.
with the little
Yeah.
car on top.
That's right.
We was out.
And you talking about you wanted to start the clothing
Hot
line
boys,
early.
the hot boys. Yeah, that was like the pre. We should have been all the way in. We should have
Should
had.
have been dug in.
Should have 3-button polos and everything. You know what I'm saying?
John Bartram High School.
It does say John
Right.
Bartram. So here we go. We got one of the shirts.
Yeah.
Janice, your shirt is pristine. That shit like
No, for sure.
Right,
This
this
is
is-
yeah.
23 years old.
Listen.
why you wear it?
That thing got to
Should've
get tailored.
fit me right now.
That got to get tailored.
Look, got swallowed. This one in that shirt.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad that you have it.
Yeah.
I'm so
That's
glad that you
dope.
have it. Corey, we need a new shirt.
Yes.
All
Oh
right,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
what you do need to do.
Yes.
Yeah, we need a new shirt.
Bless everybody that comes on here with the shirt.
No, we're not now. Now we entrepreneurs. We ain't blessing.
No, it is a blessing. No, I'm not. First of all,
Shirts to sell at the reunion.
no,
There we go.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
it.
blessing
That's it,
and
bro.
then for free. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
saying that, but like I do think like when we talked about utilizing
some
our gifts
giveaways.
and sharing our gifts, like being able to like that is a blessing.
Yes,
For
yes.
the reunion, we gonna have to have everybody bring
We know
a
what
bag
they
of their own
bring.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
they got,
Yeah.
a business card or something.
I've already started to send that
Because
email.
we're building
What
this
is
community.
This? Is this your senior project?
This is my junior project.
Who gave you that? Oh, wait. I don't remember a junior project. Where was
I
I
need
in
this.
school?
In somebody's class. I think.
Miss Murray?
Long range?
It had to be.
Okay.
This is a junior project.
This is the long range project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it says
Oh,
it in the
wow.
front. Long range.
What's in your long range
There you
project?
go. Long range. Yeah.
Give me one of one of
I'ma
your
flip
favorite
it to-
entries in your long range.
I was
project.
cracking up when I seen this. Hold up. In the back.
And this was from Miss
What's
Merle
right there?
class.
You might have to take that joint out, Miss Merle. Remember
Okay,
Miss
yeah,
Merle?
yeah, I remember Miss
So
Merle.
in 11th grade, as she's looking, Miss Merle had us create this long range project. Pretty much we documented as we're doing now. We documented the entire year. And in there, we also added things that we may have liked, things that we didn't like, whatever it was. But it was definitely like anything that happened.
So funny.
What the hell
Get
is
past it
this?
around.
Can the camera get this, John?
It says it's a picture of Aaliyah and Blair, and
Aaliyah, Blair.
Where
Let
are
me
they?
tell
Twins,
you
where you
how.
at?
Where the twins
Let me
at?
tell you how I've been on Google. I've been on.
They not on none of that.
LinkedIn.
You gotta actually find them.
Like, no, really, we gotta go digging.
Last time
for
I
them.
seen them, they was in Southwest. That's the last time I seen them. They was together.
Yeah, no, we can't find Aaliyah and Blair. But
Twinning.
Aaliyah and Blair, if you stumble upon this, we are looking for you.
What you want?
And
Put it
shout
in the
out
universe.
to Kelly. I saw Kelly today. Yo,
Shout out to Kelly.
Kelly, you, Dana, Couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
so
Yeah.
there's a picture of Aaliyah and Blair, and I put nice people. And then
So
there's
where the picture with us?
the picture. Are you looking at the picture?
No.
No, you're not. But there's Julian, Gary, I see Zenobia, Corey, Lori, Dewan, Leonard, Harold, Bianca, Yusuf, and I can't remember his name.
Let's see.
Right here.
I'm looking like now. You know you ain't about to remember. Let me see.
What did you put next
now.
to that? Since you didn't put nice
You
people.
knew.
I
I
don't know who that guy.
put. What did I put? They are
Who in the
sometimes.
front of? Oh, that's.
What she put
Who
next
that
to
in the
that?
front of us?
What she put?
That was like
Yusuf?
Yusuf.
That is you.
That's Seth.
Yeah.
I see it now. He's so,
What did she
look
put next
younger.
to it?
No, they are sometimes.
I put they all right sometimes, and I put an arrow.
The group.
I wasn't in that picture.
Who at the bottom there?
I was no, that's my I was friends with Charla. She was in the grade under us.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So the-
Shout out to you, Charlotte.
The beautiful thing about motivation
Hold on.
how small our school was. Our school was so small that we connected with the other grades. We never forgot each other's. It was just too small to hide. Everybody knew who everybody was.
That's what I said to Janice. I was like, I didn't think y'all remembered me.
Yeah.
I said that once he called me.
I
I
called
remember.
Steve, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I hit him, and he was like, "I ain't think y'all remember me." And I was
Wow.
like, "Why would we forget it?"
Right, right.
So for all the people that think that we really
Chill.
don't be paying y'all no mind,
Y'all was a part of the
we
gang.
love y'all.
Facts.
We
Facts.
love y'all. That's just know
Regardless
that.
the tier.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
This is a picture of me.
Them
in-
polo shirts.
I know.
Remember that pink one? I remember that pink one.
No.
I said to her the other day,
And your
I always
ponytails.
remember her being in pink.
This is in Miss Powell's class.
You look
Shout
young,
out
bro.
Miss
Right.
Powell. I mean,
There go
well,
the
rest
window
in
and
peace, Miss
everything.
Powell, right?
The street in the corner, that was in Miss Powell's class.
That's where Chantel used to get picked up at.
and
Chanel.
I haven't worn jeans since.
You are
high
hilarious.
school.
I never seen you in a pair of jeans. I swear. I don't know.
I haven't worn jeans since high school. I haven't worn
What
polo
was that
shirts
about?
because my parents used to dress me.
Oh,
And they
okay.
would dress me like,
Chill.
no, not chill. They-
Relaxed.
No. They didn't want me to, they didn't want, well, my mom, she's Jamaican, conservative, older. So she didn't want me to look like sexual in any way. She didn't want me to look like girly. She didn't want boys looking at me. And she didn't want me to think I was cute. So I didn't have control over what I wore. I didn't get to buy my own clothes. So she would always dress me in jeans and baggy shirts. So when I got out of high school, I was able to get my own clothes. I'm like, I don't own a pair of jeans right now. I'm done.
She said rebellion.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not doing that no more.
Dresses only. I've been wearing dresses ever since.
So I do have a question. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm glad that you asked that because it was in my list of things. But what was it like growing up as a teenager?
As a teenager, what you mean, like?
Like just growing up in the household. What was it like growing up in the household? It's like you just mentioned, your mom not wanting you
Yeah.
to pretty much express yourself or express your femininity or even showcase it at all. And one of the questions we had was like, what was it like growing up in high school? So a lot of times we go to school, and sometimes for some students that may have been an escape from what was going on at home. And then for some, they loved their home.
Yeah.
And school was terrible. So, what was it like?
For me, I loved school. I hated being in the house. I was like Cinderella in the house. I had to clean. I had to cook. I did all the domestic things. Like, that's how we're raised
that's how we're
in
raised.
our culture. Like, you need to be a woman. You should be able to cook. So I cooked
Can I
all
say
the
my
time.
last one?
You have to clean the whole house, top
The whole
to
house,
bottom.
baseboards.
Yeah.
Do you still cook and clean?
Yes,
I
I do. Nobody believes it, but I do. And believe it or not, I just fixed the spark plug on my car the other day.
Oh, wow.
I've never changed a spark plug in my life.
Like,
I'm not even gonna
I
hold you.
wish. I can't even
yeah.
hang something on my
I'll do
wall
bad
in the
at
house.
this.
Like, I'm terrible.
I'm such a DIYer. It's not even funny.
YouTube.
do
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
do it yourself.
Do
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
I do everything myself. So, but yeah, I grew up in such a protective way. I wasn't allowed, like, everybody had cut day.
But
You all cut.
But
Yeah,
I
but
told
we
my
did
mom,
get we had
we had
early
permission
dismissals
kinda.
too. We everybody because
Yeah,
they told on
and
us.
everybody told me to cut, and I didn't.
You're supposed to get an early
stayed-
dismissal
I
like
stayed.
everybody
I
else.
was the only one in school.
Yeah, you.
Because you were supposed to tell your
dang.
mom ahead of time that we get out early tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, my mom.
That's what you were supposed to tell her.
No,
That's what I told my
No,
mom.
no,
because
no.
when
I
they
had
shut it
perfect
down, they kind of
attendance.
found out that everybody was going to cut, and they kind of shut it down. So we all kind of backed it up with early dismissals, and we already told everybody. So it was going down.
That's
Yeah.
what you missed the memo.
So I didn't miss the memo. I didn't want to cut. I was
High
like,
achiever for real.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I was teacher's pet.
I'm glad you stayed and read another book. Look at you now.
I was teacher's pet. I was perfect attendance.
She said I wasn't fucking up that
Yeah,
attendance.
We
Yeah,
left
I did not- I
early.
was not
You got
disappointed in
you,
myself.
you
got
was present.
attendance.
You
I
could
was
have.
there. I stayed with the teachers.
You should have took early
And I
lunch.
had fun.
God.
I liked it.
Shit, I hope your life was like, what was your life like growing up in high school? I hope it wasn't. What was it like?
It was chill. It was so for me, I put pressure on myself because my older brother above me, he's just dope. So I'm like, I have to be like him. My parents, no one did it, but for me internally, I had to succeed because
That living in the
he
shadow a
succeeded.
little bit.
So I'm happy I did that because of him is where I'm at now, in my career, having a master's degree, nonprofit, because this is like I was, watching him and doing things like that. And like right now, I don't, not married, no kids yet, but when I am blessed with that, I aspire to have a family just like he does. Because I have like so much pride in my brother. So for me, it was just like, yo, I gotta be like TJ.
Yep.
Shout out TJ.
Yeah, so I gotta be like TJ. So for me, it was like that inner of I gotta do this because I don't want to make TJ disappointed. It wasn't even a thing of not wanting to disappoint my parents. It was I don't want to disappoint
my brother.
I don't want to disappoint my brother.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember one time in college, it was senior year of college, about to graduate. I was in the stairwell of like where I was lived at, bawling. Like, yo, I'm about to graduate. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he's like, you good?
Yeah.
Like you did everything, you put everything in place. You good? And that's like the type of relationship we have. Where I could always just pick him up and call him. And that's what I said. So I'm thankful for my brother. So growing up, it was just like a matter of just like I want to be like.
I want to be like TJ.
I want to be like TJ
I wanna
and
be- I
having
wanna
parents
be
that
like-
say that didn't take no mess. Like my parents are the type of parents where even from elementary, once you get out of school, you're gonna do something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't care
Round
what
of
it is that
applause
you
for something.
do, you're gonna do something.
Yeah.
So once I got to like middle high school, just in there like, okay, you don't have to do all of this, but identify key things that you're gonna do. So my key things was track and field and football. And during the summer, you're gonna find a job. Because it was no sitting around
Oh no.
my house. Saturdays it was my family was the getting up, the oldies
Yeah.
or gospel music,
Song was playing.
and you cleaning,
Yeah, for sure.
and then you enjoying it the rest of your day. So like my whole upbringing, my brother, my parents, is just like I credit to who I am today. Like I love the discipline I had. Like which is crazy about the discipline, right? The discipline that we had are like parents now, right? But some of these parents are so soft. I'm just sitting there like, what is going on? Like you had the same
I
discipline.
might be one of them.
Like why are you? I'm not saying there's a little softness in some
She is, she
some of
is.
this. I'm like, come on.
Whatever. Shut up, Corey.
I start talking. My son just be like, yeah. I mean, And then it's funny because so my cousin and him was at the barbershop today, and I started my little rant because he gotta get an internship. He about to be in the senior year of college, so I'm like, you gotta get your internships. So I'm telling him what I'm telling him, and then I'm like, all right, you ain't listening, I get it. And then my cousin even like, he always do that. Like, he always thinks somebody not listening to him. You know? And I'm like, I'm just telling y'all, you know.
What you need to do.
Wow.
Dope.
Oh God, soft
What
parents.
school your son at?
Yeah, Penn State.
Penn State. Dope.
Main campus.
Dope.
Graduating
major?
this year, right?
Next year.
Next year.
Communication, some
Isn't it more like mass media? Of
Like
some sort?
mass media can come. Yeah,
on
where
now.
I don't want him to be.
Internship.
He want to work with sports teams. He want to work with sports teams
Jay, you need an intern?
because he got a minor in
Need an
sports,
intern?
something with
Like sports communication?
Yeah, like working with the sports teams. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, if anybody is watching this who can give his
Yes,
son
he
the
needs a nice
opportunity,
internship.
come on now.
Oh.
Make it happen, Captain.
Yes, that part right
Absolutely.
there. That part right there.
Wow. I
Well,
think we're good.
I
think we're good.
I think we are, but I want to make sure that you guys are good.
Here we go.
And any beefs?
Yeah.
You want to call out
Ain't nobody
anybody?
got no beef.
You want to
Wait,
call
I
out
seen
anybody?
that.
I don't want to call out anybody.
You want to check anything?
I do want to say that I felt like everybody was my friend in high school.
Oh, that's what's up.
I really do. I feel like I put that like out when I was in high school to be kind to everybody and to try to make friends with everybody, whether they thought they were my friend or not. Like I still felt like everybody
felt a
was
little
Hold up. That's a little shady.
no shade. No, I don't mean it like that. I just mean like there were cliques, but I wasn't part of cliques, and I didn't feel like
you was cool. You didn't have to be
That's what I
part
was
of
gonna
it.
say.
Like, you was good.
I didn't feel like I was a part, and I didn't feel like I was shut out either. Yeah.
Because like I feel like what he said, like we might have had our few core people at first, so, like people had they core peoples, but we all was like we all broke off like in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because I was in everybody's business. I'm in everybody's business.
I was a social loner then, and I'm still a social loner now. I love people. I just stay to myself.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I guess for me, it's no beef, but the situation I talked about of what I wish I would did, while there was no malice in my opinion in that whole situation with the two who were actually involved, I want to apologize to Shantae because I failed you as a friend. Even though I was laughing because everyone else was laughing, I shouldn't have been laughing at all. So I want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for failing you as a friend, for laughing in that moment where while you were laughing, it wasn't funny to you. So I want to give you my love and apology.
That's good.
Yeah.
Come on, black man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I ain't got no apology.
I'm gonna give me a counselor soon.
Not wrong.
I want to feel better, like Shannon. Okay.
Oh God.
Hollering.
20 years later.
20 years later. 23.
23.
Man.
23
Wow.
years later.
Damn.
Same court.
Yeah.
Damn. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
23 years.
Well, round of applause, y'all. Like,
Yes.
great job. Great job.
You know what we got to start doing at some point? We probably just got to put on a page. We got to start telling people how they can get involved and be a part, right? So everybody, link is in bio. Full episodes, link is in bio.
If you got any ideas, link is in the bio.
That part right there. I think the email is up there somewhere too, bio. So you can always email us, DM us, or just hit up. We all accessible. Hit somebody up. Tell them you try and come through, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's always tagged on the video.
What's up?
We
and,
here
oh
for
wait,
you.
and no, I did not go.
Tell them again,
promote.
Diamond.
Like, you know.
They probably be looking for it. Like, who was
Like,
that?
I was just having like, yo, who is that? Like,
you was acting like
missed
on your first
How we
date.
missed that?
Like, who-
like, yo.
Honorary Mojo.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
I am the
honorary
honorary
Mojo.
Yeah, stamped on.
But
You said single in Atlanta?
I'm single.
Single in Atlanta.
Y'all hear that?
Anybody trying to move?
I'm saying with you. That why you ain't anyway.
Single in Atlanta.
Boo.
Running space. Lululemon. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brand.
yeah,
Shout out to the brand Lululemon.
To the sponsor.
Shout out to the sponsor. You know.
Speaking of, I need some hoodie. Them drawers, man.
Oh, you're not-
Whenever you know. mediums, larges,
Lululemon
whatever.
is dope. They've been good to me in the work I do in the community. So,
And to the community.
yeah, so shout out to
Lululemon giving back to the
Lululemon.
community in different
Yeah.
ways.
Mm-hmm.
In different
different
ways.
ways.
If you know what I mean. The hottest thing on the street right now.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It
Them
really is.
Lululemon
It
thieves
really
are getting
is.
chased by the day.
Yep.
But shout out
Lululemon.
Lululemon. Shout out Lululemon.
Hey, this is the end of like episode 10 or something like that.
Something
But
like that.
Like
We
that.
see you on the next one.
Yeah, we
Let's
out.
go.
See y'all later.
Peace, y'all.